Hi everyone, my name is Heather Pickens, and today I'm going to discuss stress in the workplace, ways to manage stress, what stress is, the effects it has to your body, and how important it is to take care of yourself in stressful situations, whether they be at work or just in life. And I'm also going to share some personal experiences, both negative and positive, that I've had from stress. So to start with, stress is a factor or factors that can cause harm to the mind and body. They can be triggers from um, work, life, a death in the family, illness, just several different life events that can happen. And also discuss the body's response to stress. It can lead to muscle tension, which can lead to pain, heart palpitations, stroke. Stress can also affect breathing. It can lead to asthma attacks. It increases your heart rate. It releases a hormone called cortisol, which can lead to heart disease. And it also affects the reproductive system in men and women very negatively. And finally, it can also cause PTSD, and it can result in death. Stress is a very, very serious illness. Okay, so to kind of jump into three terms that are related to stress, optimism is the hopefulness or confidence that you can handle a stressful situation. Self-efficacy is the belief in handling the situation, and hardiness is the ability to handle a stressful situation. So you have hopefulness, belief, and the actual ability. People who are hardy people are much more positive. They are able to handle situations that are stressful. They just have the strength. I don't know what exactly causes the difference in people, but there is just a natural ability to cope with stress. Okay, so I am also going to talk about work-related stress in the workplace. We work in a very stressful environment, so we need to do what we can to just kind of calm that stress. If you are feeling overwhelmed, take a break. We have a very wonderful work schedule with Swift. You have an hour lunch, and you also get a few 15-minute breaks throughout the night. If you need to walk away from your desk, just do so. Make sure that you take advantage of your breaks, make use of them. If you need help with anything, if you're feeling too overwhelmed, make sure that you ask for help. We are all here to help. I am here to help. I work in the service recovery department. I know how stressful things can be, and I am always willing to help. Speaking of that, I'm kind of going to jump into my personal experience with stress and ways I've managed it, both negatively and positively. Positively, I blog about life experiences that are personal to me. I feel that it is my way of kind of just getting help. I am able to sort of give myself therapy by blogging, writing about my emotions, my feelings, my health, and in doing this, I have kind of met people that can relate to me, and I help them, and it is a very rewarding experience. Negatively, I would say that my negative impact comes from actually working at Swift. I do not feel that I have always had a great method on how I prioritize and how I basically just go about my day. Sometimes, especially when I first started in this position, I would get overwhelmed by the amount of emails, by the amount of requests I would get, and I would try to do everything, and I was kind of just looking like I was busy and not getting a whole lot accomplished. So in learning through my mistakes, I was able to kind of make it a positive one. So it did go from negative to positive. Negative being I was, like I said, just looking busy, and I wasn't getting a whole lot accomplished. I was still doing my job well, but I wasn't setting personal goals. So to make it a positive experience, I wrote down what was working, what wasn't, and I started prioritizing more, and I knew that I was not able to repower more than 3 or 4 loads at a time and be effective. Okay, and moving on to the next phase, I'm going to talk about Hans Sayer and his study that he did on rats. Hans Sayer, he studied rats' response to stress, and he had several different triggers and factors related to stress. He started out with just basically giving rats several different extreme situations, illness, exposure to cold, several different things that would cause a body's system to react. And because of this he came up with a term, the general adaptation syndrome, and he uses it to describe 3 different stages in stress. The first being alarm. General alarm reaction is the body's release. It releases stress hormones, including cortisol, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. And like I mentioned earlier, this cortisol can cause heart disease, mostly in men, and I will touch on more of that later. The second stage is resistance. The body tends to adapt to the ongoing threat, so basically it just becomes business as usual. Your glucose levels and your blood pressure do increase, but your body begins to return to normal functions. And the final stage is exhaustion. Your body has just been put through the ringer. It is done. Your body levels, like glucose, oxygen levels, they've been depleted, and your organs begin to fail, and it also can lead to illness or death. Okay, now I'm going to talk about 2 other terms, the fight or flight response and tend or befriend response. Fight or flight is whenever your body either runs towards and attacks the stressor or the trigger that is going on in your life, or it just takes a step back and basically just knows that you can't handle it. So men tend to deal with the fight or flight situation, and because of this, their body releases the cortisol, and men are more likely to develop heart disease because of this cortisol. And the tend or befriend is a behavioral action that offers protection from the threat or the trigger, and women are more likely to do this. It's like they need to kind of take care of the situation. They require protection. So typically women are more healthier in stressful situations than men. Okay. Ways to manage stress. I'll give a few ways to manage stress in the workplace, such as walking away from your desk, taking your lunches. But some ways that you can handle stress outside of work is exercise, opening up. You can talk about it, or you can do like I do, and I blog and write about it. I share my experiences. It seems to help. And if you have a spouse, a partner, you can go on dates. You can take your kids to the park. You can make use of your vacation time. Whatever you need to do to handle life events that are stressful. It doesn't always have to be work-related stress, although this is an important factor. We work in the transportation industry. We work in a very stressful environment. So if you have negative things that are happening outside of work, definitely do what you can to take it. I'm always here to talk. Just make sure that you do not ignore stress. It is not something that needs to be ignored. It is very serious and can lead to severe body damage like I've talked about. Okay, other than that, does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, well, I don't have anything else to talk about. So if you have anything that you want to add, discuss, if you have any questions related to stress or how you can cope with stress outside of work, inside of work, anything, just let me know, or anyone else here can help you. All right, thank you very much. Bye.